I believe there are 5 steps to a successful solicitation. Years ago, I went out with a client and we made a solicitation on a prospective donor. We came back and I began thinking about that process, and the right hand didn't really know what the left hand was going to do. So we created the 5 steps, and we've been using this for over 15 years. I never go out with a prospective or go see a prospective donor without going over my 5 steps with the client, so that he knows or she knows what my role is and what her or his role may be. So, you know, my 5 steps are: number 1, it's small talk. And you go into a meeting and you have to break the ice. And what is small talk? You sit down with a prospective donor or donors, and you start talking about the weather. You talk about whatever the surroundings that you see in their home or office, and that takes about 10 minutes. Step number 2 is you tell them why you're here. Now, we didn't trick them to get to this point. We didn't say to them, you know, we're here to talk about the campaign without them knowing that. We called them on the phone, we set up the appointment, we said we're coming to talk to you about the campaign at XYZ school. Now, when we come in, step number 2, and if I'm with you, I'm going to take step number 2. And what I would say to the prospective donors is that, you know, John and Mary, I have a proposal that I want to leave with you. Now, I just said something really important to that prospective donor. I said to him, we're not expecting a decision today. So the 5 steps really are built on no pressure, and that takes pressure off of people. Step number 3 is telling the story. And that's what your role, the client's role, is to tell the story. And you tell the story, we don't script you. You tell the story with 2 things: passion and enthusiasm. In other words, prospective donors don't necessarily listen to what you say, they're going to listen to how you say it. And so if you're passionate and enthusiastic about a project, then it's certainly going to carry a lot more weight than if you go in and you're not enthusiastic and you're not passionate about it. Step number 4 is asking for the gift. If I'm with you or a JFSG staff person is with you, we'll make the ask. Now, the way we make the ask is we start off telling the prospective donors about the campaign, the success of the campaign, where we are, where we've been. The board's 100%, the faculty and staff are 100%. That's really important. That sends a very strong message to that prospective donor. And then we would say, John and Mary, we'd like for you to consider a gift of $50,000, payable in equal amounts of $10,000 per year over the next 5 years in support of the campaign. Now, this is where we stop. This is what we call the silent phase. We wait for an answer from that prospective donor. Now, what answer do you think I'm going to get? 99.9% of the time, they will say to us, let us think about it, let us pray about it, we'll consider it. That's what they tell you. Rarely do they say no, and rarely do they say yes. So once we get that answer, whatever answer that they give us, I would say, remember this: any amount you give is certainly going to be appreciated. And then step number 5 is the follow-up. And I would say, John and Mary, can we follow up with you in a week to 10 days on this proposal presentation? 99.999% will say, yes, that will be fine. So those are my 5 steps. I would strongly encourage you to use those 5 steps when you're making any presentation or any solicitation. It works.